I want to get back to the second part of this exercise. I've drawn here two tangent lines, and they've cut an arc. And remember, when we saw this earlier, the two tangent lines that cut into this arc, this angle is half the size of that arc, right? That's what we already did. That's what we did at the end of last week. So this arc is twice the size as this angle, or this angle is half the size of this arc, whatever you want to say. And so you're going to be given either an arc on this circle, or you're going to be given an angle. And for number 3 in your exercises today, by the way, you're welcome for not giving you a lot of work. You're given an arc measure out here, right? They're going to give you this arc measure all the way around here, and they're going to say that this arc measure all the way around there is, I don't know, let's say it's close to 260. Well, yeah, that looks just about right. We'll call it 260. And the good thing about that is, once we know that this is 260, I already know what this arc is over here, right? If there are only two arcs that create this circle, and one of them is 260, then the other one has to be 100. Well, if this is 100, then I can cut this little sucker, cut that 100 in half, and I have the measure of that angle, because that's how we relate one to another. So 50 degrees cuts a 100-degree arc, right? A 50-degree angle with tangents cuts a 100-degree arc. We remember this. And then this 100-degree arc plus 260 degrees that we were given gives us 360. You have to use those ideas just to make sure you understand the concept. You have to use those ideas. There's no real huge math involved here. It's just understanding circles and how they relate to one another. The next piece you're going to be given is you're going to be given an angle. Say the angle is, I don't know, let's try a harder angle, 42. 42. If you're given the angle, then you already know this arc right here, because this is half that size. So if this is 42, then this must be 84, because that's twice 42. And you say, okay, well, that arc is 84, and that must be 42. Now, the problem is, if I know this is 84, and they want to know what this big arc is, then we'll have to subtract it from 360. And if we go ahead and say 360 minus 84, okay, well, I have to do some math, and that's a 6. And we have a 276. Okay, that makes sense. Good. So we could find all of this if we needed to. They're only looking for this arc right here in the text, but they may look for that other arc in the problems tomorrow, because I'm going to have you do a whole page of both types tomorrow. The last type of problem you're going to see is, what if we have, I'm going to make sure I do it right. Yeah, it was the top one. So what if I get rid of this and I make this an actual secant line, and all I really have to do is connect and cut straight through, and now I have a secant line plus a tangent, and it just cuts two different arcs, right? There's an arc here and an arc here, right? They happen to be connected. So if they gave you this, you could possibly this and another one, you could figure out the other, but for right now, you're looking for an angle. What's this angle? I don't know. Well, if you're given two of the arcs, let's say this is 50 and this is 150. I don't know why I'm using such easy numbers right now. You find the difference between these two. That's what the formula says. The measure of the angle equals 1/2 the difference between the two. I'll say arc 2 minus arc 1, right? All right, so we'll say arc 2 minus arc 1 is 100. Cut it in half and you have 50. Right? That's pretty much everything you're going to see on today's work. And if I need to help you out with anything else, I will. If there's something more difficult on tomorrow's, I'll go through that. What I'm going to do is come back tomorrow, give you every single answer that I've seen on here, and then we'll move on. We'll shift to the next day's work. Good luck to you. It's not very difficult, and here we go.